serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
Campaign, we made new friends. In this campaign, we reached out to a lot of people. And one of the things we talked about as a team is we wanted this to be a grassroots campaign. And that's exactly what we did. We went door to door, we went around the community, we talked to people, we got information, we got ideas from people. And it was just a very refreshing race, because when you'd say, hey, what do you think you want to do in Fargo to make it better? And they said, you're doing a great job, just keep it up. And that's what
Those are the words from Fargo's new mayor after winning today's special election. Tim Mahoney supporters have reason to celebrate as Fargo voters have chosen their next mayor and a new member of the city commission. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Tim Mahoney has been Fargo's mayor and will remain Fargo's mayor. Here are the numbers for today's special election. Tim Mahoney receiving 8,575 votes. Former City Commissioner Brad Wimmer finishing second at 5,852. We want to move on now to the City Commission race, where there was one seat up, and what we want to do is tell you that the winner of that particular race was Tony Gehrig, receiving 3,172 votes. The closest was John Strand at 30-34 and Mara Brust at 21-13. Now, the proposed amendment that would eliminate the resignation requirement for all future mayoral elections, if they are seated commissioners and want to run, they will not have to step down. The results from that was 8,037 yes and 6,216 no. Now back to the mayor's race, and let's go to Valley News Team's Krista Boehm, who joins us live from Mahoney headquarters. Krista?
Mike, the crowd is all smiles here tonight, still waiting to shake Mahoney's hand as he makes his rounds. And they were all waiting in anticipation, as those numbers did not come in right away like everyone thought. They were expecting some numbers to trickle, but everything came in all at once around 9:30, and the crowd erupted on their feet, cheering for Mahoney. Now, Mahoney emotionally got up at the podium right away as those numbers came up, with his family expressing his thanks and gratitude to Dennis Wallaker as he takes over the seat officially.
Annie and I are extremely close friends and talked about a lot of different issues, and the intent was really that he would start the diversion. So it's really hard when he was not around for that to start, but he was such a nice man, and he was so loyal to each other that I just love him dearly and miss him, but we'll go on.
Mahoney tells me that he may think about taking this next week off after campaigning, but he'll hit it hard as he takes the seat as mayor officially, and the crowd will continue to make their rounds here and continue the celebration tonight. Reporting live, I'm Krista Boehm, Valley News Live.
All right, thanks, Krista. We'll have all the numbers from today's special election on valleynewslive.com.
In other news now, jurors deliberated all day but have yet to reach a verdict in the Aaron Knodel trial. Knodel is a suspended West Fargo school teacher who is accused of having a sexual relationship with a student in 2009. The jury got the case yesterday afternoon and is expected to continue deliberations tomorrow morning. If convicted on all charges, Knodel could be sentenced up to 35 years in prison. We'll keep you updated right here on valleynewslive.com and on Valley News Live on the news.
More people are coming forward telling us that they've had problems too with the North Dakota Veterans Home in Lisbon. After our story last night about a 97-year-old World War II veteran who had to leave the Veterans Home, the calls, emails, and social media messages have come in. The newest allegations to surface include wrongly dispensing drugs, not having adequately trained staff, and taking a hands-off approach to care. One woman told us it was all she could do to get her husband out of the facility.
It was just like nobody cares. Nobody cares down there. Just come and do our thing and let the patient worry about themselves, I guess.
We called state lawmakers today who said they don't have any control over the Veterans Home. They do provide, however, funding for it. Officials with the home would not return our calls and answer our questions today. Now, if you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, call our whistleblower hotline. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. 701-237-6576. That's the number to call. Do so and leave your tip.
A 25-year-old construction worker had to be flown to Minneapolis after a worksite accident, and the family tells us that he may have to have his leg amputated. 25-year-old Chad Miller of West Fargo was working at an apartment building going up at 815 34th Avenue East in West Fargo. Around 4 p.m., police tell us the construction forklift flipped onto its side. As it did this, the entire lift fell, hitting another lift. Miller was in the basket of the lift but fell out when it tipped. He was pinned under shingles and other construction equipment. He had to be taken to Essentia Hospital after suffering significant injuries to his legs and arm. And now to Minneapolis. The West Fargo Police Department is still investigating the exact cause of this accident.
Today, workers and community members honored North Dakota and Minnesota workers who died on the job for National Workers Memorial Day. Working families, faith leaders, and local officials gathered to remember workers injured and killed on the job and to remember to fight for the right of all workers to go home at the end of the day. Workers' Memorial Day speakers highlighted the need for new job safety protections that will prevent workplace deaths and injuries, as well as increased resources for enforcement and inspection.
Part of it has to do with the type of work, but the other is we need stricter laws governing employers and just the safety standards that we use in workplace.
According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 55 workers were killed in North Dakota in the year 2013. Many more suffered from occupational diseases.
State lawmakers are staying up late at the Capitol tonight in an effort to wrap up the legislative session in North Dakota. Some of the legislation that's made it through this year was to provide property tax relief. According to the state's governor, the legislature has provided more than $4 billion in property tax relief since 2009, which the tax commissioner says results in 35 to 40% reduction to an individual homeowner's tax bill.
I'm seriously concerned about the long-term effect of the oil extraction tax cut, that 23% cut to the extraction tax, in terms of how that relates to extending property tax relief and continuing to fund K-12 education. When you reduce oil extraction tax revenue by 23%, you're really threatening property tax relief in the long term.
The tax relief package includes reductions in income taxes all across the tax brackets, as well as property tax.
It is Tuesday, time for our restaurant report card. We've gone through the latest health inspection reports to see if your favorite places to eat are keeping things clean.
Valley News Team's Christina Craig pays some Fargo eateries a visit.
Hi, ladies. Two?
We begin our restaurant report card with tonight's restaurant that had a spotless health report. Blackbird Woodfire Pizza along Broadway in Fargo gets our Clean Plate Award.
I want it to be like you're eating at, like you would if somebody was eating at your house. You want it to be nice and clean.
But it's not all good. Drunken Noodle along Northern Pacific Avenue in Fargo was slapped 7 total violations in their most recent health inspection. 2 were critical. Food inside the walk-in cooler was not date marked, and old utensils needed to be replaced. Management did not want to comment, but say all appropriate changes were made. Our next stop is at 101 Sushi, off of 45th Street. When we paid a visit, their doors were closed for business due to renovations. But in their recent health inspection, they were cited 5 times. 2 were critical. One of the more severe violations, potentially hazardous food, was held longer than its date mark. Restaurant management say they plan to reopen in 3 weeks, giving plenty of time to get back on track.
Sometimes some restaurants, they get a bad rap for, they can give you a critical violation for having a little food on the can opener. It's a big deal, but it happens.
Our last stop is at Space Aliens Grill and Bar along 45th Street. On their health report, they were slapped with 7 violations, 2 critical. Food was missing date labels in various coolers, and 1 fridge wasn't holding the proper temperature. We did reach out to restaurant management, who declined to comment. However, the environmental health director says all of the critical violations have been fixed. It's all an effort to keep you safe when dining out. In Fargo, I'm Christina Craig, Valley News Live.
Now, if you'd like to take a look at the inspections for yourself, we have a link posted online. Just go to valleynewslive.com and then click on this story. And remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook to get the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and stay informed all day.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
I know what I like, and it's the weather.
Yes.
Well, we've been treated to some delightful weather after a pretty fine weekend. A little bit of rain has helped green things up, and we have more chances of rain as well. Here is a look outdoors right now, and things are very quiet heading into the overnight hours. Hey, and that wind that was so gusty last week taking a little bit of time off as well. Calm wind, 54 degrees right now, and we're back to dry conditions with dew points in the 20s. When dew points are this low and the sky is clear and the wind is calm, temperatures can cool quite quickly, and that's what we'll see as we go through the depth of the overnight. Quiet in Grand Forks, 47 degrees, calm wind, and your dew points are in the low 30s at this hour. So dry air region-wide, and we have pretty uniform temperatures. A lot of low to mid 50s in our southern counties. We have some mid and upper 40s up north, though. 47 in Grand Forks, 46 Langdon, and Bemidji, the cool spot at 41 degrees. A few clouds streaming overhead. These are of the high variety, and at this point, we don't have any of that fog to be concerned about as we saw across the region after our rainfall last night. Taking a look across the nation, we have very quiet weather out to the west, a little bit of shower activity moving into the southeast United States, but by and large, really a quiet day of weather. And for us, at least, that continues into your Wednesday. Overnight tonight, as mentioned, these temperatures will slip down pretty quickly, even briefly, a stint in the 30s. So as you're heading out the door on your way to work, if you're leaving before 7:30 or 8 o'clock, put that jacket on. Temperatures will be generally around 40, though, pretty quickly, and those upper 30s. A few clouds in northwest Minnesota, and with those clouds, I can't rule out 1 or 2 sprinkles. Already by the noon hour, temperatures are rising, and take a gander at these wind speeds. We're talking sustained winds at 5 miles per hour with gusts to 5 miles per hour. That's an easy day of wind. And in the afternoon, it just gets even better, with temperatures soaring back into the 70s. We'll talk low to mid 70s in the south, even up in Grand Forks, a chance at that. Plentiful 60s across Lakes Country for a wonderful Wednesday. Your hour-by-hour planner for Fargo-Moorhead shows as we go through the hours overnight and towards morning, we will dip briefly into the upper 30s and low 40s, and then quickly we're rising with sunny skies and temperatures all the way back up into the low to mid 70s for Fargo. Elsewhere, here's your southeast North Dakota look. 72 Valley City, 73 Ellendale, plentiful sunshine and light winds, and Lakes Country. Boy, in the afternoon at 5 o'clock, we'll have temperatures near 70 degrees, and with a 4-mile-per-hour wind, I don't know if you'll have a chance at seeing a wave on those lakes. Northland, Bemidji, 68 degrees, 69 for Bagley, and 70 in Roseau. Lovely weather for the Devil's Lake Basin as well. 72 degrees there, 76 in Mayville, and Cooperstown at 73 degrees. Planning the forecast, it does look like we'll see some gorgeous waters like the one Zachary captured here. This is Cormorant Lake and colorful skies, just a few clouds out there, and I think we could capture a picture much like this tomorrow evening as well. By the way, Zachary reporting that the temperature on Cormorant Lake is right at about 50 degrees, so things warming up, and well, the geese and ducks swimming away in that water. A chance for some evening showers Thursday night into Friday after a nearly 80-degree day. Friday we cool off, but just a pinch, and those shower chances you see there, 50% of the area getting measurable rain in the morning hours. The rest of our Friday, including Friday night, you guys, when you want to get out and play, and then most of Saturday looked delightful, mid-70s. Sunday, sprinkle or thunder shower possible.
We have to work late, so we'll be playing late, I guess, as well.
Might as well, might as well.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, later on Valley News Live 10 at 10, how to stay safe when you're out there running late at night.
But first, we'll tell you about a new vaccine for shingles.